Oh, it is a great day to be an American. So, Illinois just passed an assault weapons ban, but they really didn't. How's that possible? And why is this such a good thing for America? Well, here's the thing about paper. It's fucking paper. You can sign a piece of paper all day long, but if you have no one to enforce the piece of paper, you might as well wipe your ass with it. And that's what's happening with this assault weapons ban. By the way, assault is a verb. It's an action. It's not an object. So for everyone out there who continues to call semi-automatic rifles assault weapons, you need to go back and take grade school English, because your grammar is off the charts stupid. But we know why you say it. You want to try to scare people. But in reality, the only people that scares are people who are probably scared of a caterpillar crawling on the ground. So you're doing nothing by calling them that. So, Governor, I don't even know his name, and I really don't care to know. We're just going to call him Governor Big Hair at this point. Is all stoked. It's like they just landed on Mars with what they just accomplished.
The Illinois Capitol, a historic moment for a gun violence-weary state.
The law that is now in place will save lives, and it won't just be one life, it will be hundreds or potentially thousands of lives.
Wow, man, you're gonna save literally no people with this, because the data shows that most shootings in Illinois happen with handguns. Dumbasses. What are you celebrating for? It's like addressing a DUI problem with saying, we banned weed. Okay, but alcohol is causing most of the DUIs. So you really did nothing. Same thing. But anyways, Governor Big Hair decides to give a speech, and I have a challenge for you, Governor Big Hair.
There are, of course, people who are trying to politically grandstand, who want to make a name for themselves by claiming that they will not comply. But the reality is that the state police is responsible for enforcement, as are all law enforcement all across this state. And they will, in fact, do their job, or they won't be in their job.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Let's just run through that for a second. You really didn't think about this before you made this speech, did you? Have you done any research about how many police departments of major cities are hiring like crazy right now? Why is that? Well, because the whole defund the police movement was for the past couple of years. And then crime got so bad that y'all had to kind of reel that back because it was just stupid. And so now departments like Seattle are trying to hire like crazy. They are giving out ridiculously high bonuses for people to transfer there. So your little threat, it wasn't that good of a threat, but your little threat where you're saying that law enforcement has to enforce this or else they won't be law enforcement anymore. Okay, so then who is gonna enforce this then? The ATF? No, they're really not. Sure, they're gonna do a few house calls, and it's probably going to be recorded and will continue to expose the crooks that they are. But you all know police department if you decide to get rid of the people who won't enforce this, because there's 50-something counties at this point where the sheriff's office has said that they are not going to enforce this because it's unconstitutional. Listen to this.
A lot of people are saying that we can't pick and choose and we have to follow the laws, but people don't understand that as the sheriff, we're the keeper of the jails. We do have a say who can come in and out of our jails.
Sheriff Booker announced that Whiteside County will not check that gun owners register their weapons to the state. Booker believes the federal law overrules the state law, making the bill unconstitutional.
It's going after the law-abiding citizen is what we're upset about.
Sheriff Mike Downey writing, I, among many others, believe that HB 5471 is a clear violation of the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, as the custodian of the jail and chief law enforcement official for Kankakee County, neither myself nor my office will be checking to ensure that lawful gun owners register their weapons with the state, nor will we be arresting or housing law-abiding individuals that have been charged solely with non-compliance of this act.
So I have a recommendation and a little piece of advice for Governor Big Hair. First off, I don't think you understand the danger that you are putting your law enforcement if they were to uphold this law. Why? Well, because one, it's unconstitutional and we take our Constitution pretty serious in this country. And two, because this mainly affects law-abiding citizens. We're not talking about thugs in downtown Chicago with handguns. We're talking about middle America who has an AR-15 at home to defend their family from, I don't know, a robber? That's not that uncommon nowadays. So, people in Illinois who have a semi-automatic rifle, or what you call assault weapons, have pretty much a year to register with them, or else they get a misdemeanor and then it becomes a felony. So Governor Big Hair, you're a governor, so I would like to think that you're a leader, but the verdict is still out on that. I think you need to prove it. I think we'd all like to see you prove that you're a leader. So I found a perfect way for you to prove that you're a leader. After the year where people have the time to register their guns and you find out that literally no one did it because your law enforcement isn't going to uphold it, so why would they? I want you to make the first house call. You know what they say about leaders, right? If you can't do it yourself, you can't expect it from the people you're leading. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to a house and repeat after me. Hi, sir. You are a law-abiding citizen. You don't have any criminal charges. You are a working man and you take care of your family pretty well. But you didn't register your AR-15. So we're gonna have to take you to jail and we're also gonna have to confiscate that. So if you could just hand it over, we'll take you to jail and we'll just get rid of your firearm. I want you to say that to someone and see how that goes. How do you think that's gonna play out? They're gonna tell you and your big hair to fuck off. I gotta say, this is a huge win for America. And I know it's just in Illinois, but if every state gets on board with this and sheriffs refuse to uphold this crap, they can pass whatever they want. They can say an AR-15 is more deadly than an F-15. But if you don't have somebody to enforce your law, it's like it doesn't exist. So, last recommendation to the government, and especially the governors who are trying to pull this stuff. There's something in your skull called a brain. Start using them because you guys are power drunk. You think that just because you've got a signature that's a little bit important, you can do whatever you want and you can pass whatever you want. Well, guess what? America just said fuck you to you.